What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and today I want to get this 2002 AMG C32 started. So let's see what we can do. So guys, if you missed the last video where I introduced the new project car, it is a 2002 AMG C32, a badass car if you know anything about it. So on the last video, I kind of just showed you guys around where I picked it up, how much I paid for it, what little bit I knew about the car, and quick fill-in, it's been in a front-end accident, so we're gonna have to do some things up there. But the main thing I wanted to do is try to get this thing started. So yesterday, I played around with putting another battery in it and tried to start it, tried to see if the fuel pump would come on. And when I turned the key, I heard something spraying back here. And sure enough, the fuel pump top, the casing right here, has a crack in this hose. So first thing I thought was, all right, let me get online and order a new fuel pump, or if I could order that housing, I would. And to my shock, it was a $1,300 replacement, and the fuel pump itself does work. So I started to look around a little more, and I did find just this top part casing here with these hose lines for right around $200, $250, depending if I go used or brand new. So I'm most likely just gonna do that. But today what I need to do is see if we can rig this up, if we can fix this and get it so that we can start it up, make sure everything else works good on it before we go spending too much money, and see if we can get this car so we can move it around safely and maybe permanently fix that. So I've watched quite a few videos where people have fixed these pieces on their fuel pump, and we're gonna follow those procedures and see if we can get it done today. So let's step inside and see what we're gonna use. Okay, so if we step back out to the fuel pump, you'll see here there's a little metal tube with a slit down the center sticking out. This is the exact type of tube you want to use. It's just going to be small enough to go down here, but you want to have it nearly the same size as the diameter. And if you look here, if I bend this back, you'll see the metal tube goes all the way through. That is exactly how you want to start your repair. So I don't know if somebody put this in here to start repairing it, or if they were able to get it to function with this, and then maybe it broke open a little bit more over time. But right now this thing is spraying out gasoline. It is not working with this. So we need to clean all this down first, and then we're going to seal all of this off. I'll show you guys all of that, and then we'll test it out after it fully cures. Initially, I tried to repair the fuel sending unit with it still in the vehicle. I was successful, but it still had a slight leak, so I decided to pull the unit after this startup. I do plan on running a scan on the vehicle for the next episode, but ironically the check engine light went off after several minutes of running the vehicle. This is the repair I did outside the vehicle using Harbor Freight 2-part epoxy. It ended up being very strong and had no leaks. Guys, we got a major storm coming through, but I got the C32 started up. It's not leaking any gasoline. I just took it around this little parking area here. It goes into drive and reverse perfect. I don't feel any gears shifting, so that is absolutely exciting news. I can't take it onto the road because it's not registered and insured, and it does have a major issue up front. I can feel when I hit the brakes, I can feel the whole front left side like shifting, and I'm guessing that's just the broken control arm area, and so we'll get that replaced. And I'm excited because it's not leaking any fuel. Ultimately, I am going to swap this completely out. It's $200, $250 online to order, but you can see it's holding up. No gasoline's leaking at all. The car's running right now, and surprisingly, it's running pretty smooth. So I'm glad I was able to take the car out for just a little bit before this storm comes through and just test it out a little bit, and it sounds great. I do hear a bearing noise up front in the supercharger. You can kind of hear a little bit of a grinding noise. Very, very common issue with these cars, and I think the bearing's like $32, and it's not that difficult to change. And we also need to change out the belt, and I figured why not do some mods at that point, because you can get a pulley upgrade, belt upgrade, and get some decent horsepower out of those little mods, and then we'll move on from there. So once again, guys, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. I'm so happy I picked this car up because it's going to be a blast to restore and drive around with you guys. Once again, guys, have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video. So as you can see, we got the car running right now, and there is absolutely no gas leaks at all. So pretty cool that that Harbor Freight epoxy worked. Now for the long term, I don't know if it's gonna hold up. I do plan on swapping this out, but it is a $200 to $250 part. And I figured, why spend the money right now while we're working on the car? There is a good chance we can run into a major problem with this engine and have to put off fixing it, maybe even completely, and sell it off. But I hope that we can get this thing completely running on a budget.